Great to be back out on the grass. Just a spirited practice. The guys, they look fresh. Just coming off of the week, getting our minds back and our bodies back. So just a great day, seeing some guys out there running around. Jonathan Brooks put together another great day. Really high hopes for him playing this Sunday. Thielen had a nice day coming back in there too. So Barno was another one who hopped out there, took a number of reps today. Everybody was excited to see him back out there and the long journey he's been on to get himself back, to help us out. So another guy to just kind of look at and evaluate as we go forward.
Any concerns about some of the guys who didn't practice, specifically Clowney, Robinson, Lewis?
Yeah, all guys that kind of had things coming out of the last game. So just taking advantage of one more day to kind of get them ready. They should be all practicing tomorrow.
With Barno, it did look like he was moving around there pretty smoothly. What would it take for him to be cleared, do you think?
Yeah, it's just the comfort level of the workload, right? It's kind of the same thing with all these guys. As they come back, they're physically ready to do it. The fitness level and the football fitness, specifically is the part that we have to assess to make sure that we can put them out there for significant snaps. Again, it's really hard to go into a game thinking a guy's going to be on a pitch count. You really want to be able to count on them to play. So that's kind of the determination we're going to have to make with Barno.
At center, have you guys made a decision there?
Yeah, Cade Mays took the snaps with the first group today. Brady took snaps as well, and he does some other things too. So, but Damian was out today with the illness. He'll be back tomorrow, hopefully. So Chandler got some good work in there, and the group again just kind of when one guy goes down, next guy come up and try to continue to just take the next step forward.
So to clarify,
Yep.
are you saying Cade's going to start?
Yes. Yes.
Coach, cornerback was an early season concern. Over the past 10 weeks, how would you describe the chemistry between JC and Jackson?
Yeah, it's been great to see the progress, the growth. It's really the whole thing, right? And playing together, the communication in the back half with the safeties, and kind of a different group in and out doing that. But I love where the guys are at right now, just in terms of their, formation identification, playing their leverage, being disciplined about, being where they're supposed to be and making plays when the ball comes to them. So a lot of growth there, and I also know that it's the full thing, to see our pass rush starting to come along and all those things too. It really helps the whole thing.
Would you consider them one of the most underrated duos in the league?
I don't know about that. For us, it's just about our, weekly improvement and guys just owning our concepts.
Hey, what are you hoping for from Brooks? I know back in the early part of the season, you said he can kind of give you that home run threat.
Yeah.
What are you hoping for?
Yeah, I'm just hoping to see him play confident, play fast, and to be able to, capture the style of football that he's used to playing, and so I know that that's going to take time. But I believe that he's physically ready to start that, go down that road, and particularly with Miles out, to give us another running back in there with Chuba to be able to carry the load.
Dave, Bernie's style seems to really resonate with this running back group. What does he bring not only to that group, but just to your whole staff?
I think it's just Bernie's spirit. He shows up every day with a genuine excitement, and he lives with gratitude. I think if I could put it into one word, it's all over him, and I know and I believe that it comes directly from his faith and just how thankful that he is that, God has blessed him with this opportunity to continue to be in football. He loves it, loved it as a player. For anybody who's old enough to remember Bernie Parmley with the Dolphins, I was a Dolphins fan kind of growing up. So, but he just has that fire and also just that the mentorship part of it, that he knows this thing is bigger than just football, and so he's investing in each person in that room, and I know they can feel that love and respect.
Dave, do you have a good Patrick Mahomes story?
Not really. I mean, just watching him play, he's a fantastic player. He's awesome to watch, and we got a great challenge for us is to just be able to take in all the information of the whole offense and what he means for that.
Dave, how is it natural when you're playing against a guy like that for opponents to be like, that's Patrick Mahomes, and almost assuming that he's going to make a play at certain times?
Honestly, we just try to keep the focus on us. I know you guys are probably expecting me to say that, but it's the truth. Can we play our schemes? Can we own our leverage? Can we be tough against the run? And can we affect the passer? With our rush and be disciplined about our rush lanes because we know he's going to move and do those things. And so it's about sticking to our plan, the different things that we're practicing on, and making sure that we execute play in and play out.
Dave, with all the guys returning on defense, is there like a new hope within that unit and how it is going to operate moving forward? Just because you guys had so many lumps early on.
It's good. It's really good to get guys back. But I think that it's just the whole group, starting with Ajero and just his dogged discipline and commitment to playing the core of our system, the fundamentals of our system, the little things that matter, knowing the D&D, knowing where I'm supposed to be at, and just all the little details that come with it, that's the discipline required, that when we have challenges and when we struggle, it's like we can't abandon the things that we believe in. We have to just press into the stuff we know, and that's what we've seen is just weekly improvement in areas, so that's continuing to be the progress, and the players are owning that part, and they can feel that, and their confidence grows with knowing. It's about knowing what I'm doing, knowing where I'm supposed to be at, and how quickly can I get that information, communicated inside out. And so I see that happening with the group, and confidence comes with that.
What challenges will this Chiefs defense offer Bryce and your entire offense?
I mean, it starts up front. You got Chris Jones, you got Karlaftis, you got, guys that they got depth in the rotation up front. They have a really solid group of linebackers as well playing behind them. And so I just think that, being able to make sure that we're covering the first level in the run game and the pass game, it always starts there. And then just the variety of things that Spags can throw at a team. We just have to be prepared for those answers. And anytime there's multiplicity in the defense, I think the premium goes on things that we know really well. Instead of trying to attack specific things, if they're going to have variety, let's do our best stuff as fast as we can to try to put a little bit of stress on them.
Dave, do you remember having any particular reaction when you saw this stretch of games, when the schedule was released, beginning with this Chiefs matchup?
Honestly, I saw the schedule, I looked at it, and I knew that the commitment had to be weekly improvement. Let's get our system in place in all phases, offense, defense, and special teams. Let's get our communication and processes from a staff standpoint the way it is. And so I try not to look too far in advance. Of course, we had to plan for Germany. We had to plan for the bye week and the different things that came along with us. But our schedule's been pretty predictable. You're playing on Sundays. And so, that part of it, again, that's the challenge, right? Is can we just focus 1 week at a time, and can we just be really connected to the things that need attention, that need improvement?
Hey, what have you noticed about Cade Mays since he's been back here that you thought, and obviously it's a numbers game when you make those decisions in training camp, but that you thought could really help you guys?
Just an eagerness to be able to help in any way possible, and I think, from the minute that we had, Austin get injured, we immediately was like, where's Cade? And he was in New York with the Giants, and he, the conversations and all that, his excitement to come back here, he loves it here, and we love guys that want to be here, that want to be invested in what we're doing, and just a willingness to apply himself, and to get after it. So I just kind of saw that look in his eyes, the gratitude. Here we go, I get another chance to get back and help. So
Obviously he is versatile, but at center, what are his strengths for you guys?
Yeah, he's really stout, in the run game. He did a great job last week just pairing with Rob and with Damian, going against Dexter Lawrence, who he saw in practice, so that was a little bit of an advantage for him, is this is a player that I've played against, and all camp against Derek Brown, and then you go against Dexter Lawrence, and the likes. So I think some experience playing against those types of guys, and then on top of that, just his ability to, get the runs, get the passes directed and ID'd the right way, so that there was no drop off from an assignment standpoint was great.
Dave,
We'll take two more questions.
the wide receiver group looks very different than what it looked like when Adam last played.
Yeah.
How will his return impact Jalen Coker, who has seemingly taken on his previous role, and X and David in that lineup?
We're very flexible with where we can put guys, and whether you're the X, F, or Z. Kind of traditionally, the F is like a traditionally slot term. But the way that we play our system is we try to put guys in different positions for the concepts and for the matchups. And Thielen gives us a lot of flexibility with being able to take advantage of matchups when we can. And then, the development of Jalen as well to be able to use in different spots. Really gives us some flexibility. And I think just in general, just Adam's professionalism, the way he approaches his day, the way he prepares his body, his mind, the way he attacks practice and all that it's such a good thing for a young group of guys to be able to see this is what it looks like to be a pro who's played and had success for a long time. So he brings a lot, and just a lot of wisdom and side conversations about different coverages and things like that.
In your experience, what's the hardest thing for a rookie receiver to kind of latch on to, especially as you get to this point in the year?
Yeah, it's always about the details, the subtle details in formations. Are you supposed to be 2 yards from the numbers or 4 yards from the numbers? Are you supposed to be a yard outside the tight end or 3? And they're all so critical to the schemes that we try to do. And that's particularly difficult for young guys who kind of just want to hear the play and go run the play, but there's all these other things that happen. And then you talk about NFL defenses and the way that they disguise coverages and those things like that. So those are all the things that, again, we're still growing through. And every week is a great lesson for those guys to be able to see it follow through with Rob Moore, who's done a great job of just spending extra time with those young guys to try to catch them up to speed, So, and again, just those guys, we've been blessed to have 2 young guys. Even with the little subtle things that I would love to be perfect, they make plays when the ball comes to them. And that's been so refreshing for us.
All right, thank you very much, Coach.
Yep. All right, thank you.